Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Barcelona Expat Week. The Barcelona Expat Week is a digital event organized by the city of Barcelona from October 19 to 23. We started yesterday and we finish next Friday. And the objective of the Barcelona Expat Week is to facilitate the integration of all the expat and international community to our city. It's also an opportunity to show the international talent of the city and develop the attractiveness of Barcelona in order to create a competitive and worldwide entrepreneurship ecosystem. As you all may know, the COVID crisis has had a great impact on the city because we are a city where we're organizing a lot of events. And historically, the City Hall of Barcelona was organizing every year in October the Barcelona International Community Day. And because of the COVID, we had to postpone to next year. And that's why the City Hall of Barcelona decided to organize this first edition of the Barcelona Expat Week. We are very, very happy to announce that we have over 2,000 participants registered during all the week. And just to understand the program, we have divided this week in 5 days. Every day you have 3 formats of sessions: workshops in the morning, meet and share at the siesta time in order to wake up people, and in the afternoon webinars. And every day we have choose a topic. Yesterday, Monday, the topic was a personal landing, so help you to integrate you in the city and so on, and to find a school or health is working, and all the information about DNIs and other papers. Today, which is Tuesday, the topic is work and training. So everything related to how to find a job, but also how to learn new abilities in order to find a job or improve your job. And that's why we are today to discuss about one of the abilities, a language. So that's why we're going to talk today with the invited guest. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we will talk about talent without borders. Thursday, it will be the entrepreneurship day, doing business and entrepreneurship. And Friday will be a more cultural day. It's the title of the day will be Enjoy and Discover the City. Sorry about this long introduction. I forget to introduce myself. My name is Pedro Ralda, and I will facilitate and moderate this meet and share session entitled Learning Languages to Connect with the World. As I mentioned to you, I'm Pedro Ralda. I'm the director of both People and Comms. And for the second year, I'm helping the City Hall of Barcelona to coordinate the contents of the program of the Barcelona Expat Week. And personally, I'm very proud to moderate this session because my personal and professional background has been always related to cultural diversity. Indeed, I was born in Switzerland. My mother was born in Madrid, my father in Catalonia, my wife in Argentina. That's why at home I speak Catalan to my parents, Spanish to my wife, and French to my children. As I mentioned to the guest today, I speak a lot of language, but I always have a strong accent in all the languages. So don't be surprised that when I speak Spanish, I speak with a French accent, I speak French with a Swiss accent, and Catalan with a Valenciano accent. So that's part of the life. In any case, today the objective of this session is a meet and share experience. Meet and share experience means that we want to, with our guests, but also with all the public who is connecting now with us, we want to first to show why it is so important to know language in order to have some comparative advantage on a professional level. But also it's very important to know language in order to integrate in your new city or in the new country, because maybe today you're living in Barcelona, but maybe tomorrow you will go to live in another country. So we think that in terms of personal and professional development, it's very important, because knowing languages, you know the cultures. And that's why if you want to be well, if you want to adapt yourself in the different cultures, it's important to learn languages. It's also very important for the expats when they arrive to Barcelona to try to learn Spanish and Catalan, and not only using English. But it's also important for Catalan people to learn Italian, Chinese, French, Russian, because maybe in your career you will work for a company based in these countries, or maybe you will go to travel for business to this country, or maybe you're going to live in these countries. So it's a two-way experience. So the idea is first to ask our prestigious panelists or participants to explain what the Cultural and Linguistic Institute are offering here in Barcelona. And after, we want to have the second part of the session to react and to the question that you can ask in the chat. So, said all this, I would like to introduce the panelists. We will start with Italy, and you're going to ask me, why are you starting with Italy? It's basically because the largest foreign community in Barcelona is the Italian one. And here in Barcelona, we have three institutions, the Instituto de Cultura Italiana, la Casa degli Italiani, and the Liceo Italiano, who are in Barcelona since decades and who show the historical and vibrant presence of the Italian culture in Barcelona. So I'm very pleased to welcome Lucio Izzo, Director of Instituto Italiano di Cultura di Barcelona. Lucio is promoting Italian and cultural Italian since 32 years. Before living in Barcelona, he has been director of the Cultural Italian Institute in Tel Aviv, in Colonia, Seoul, Rabat, and he's also professor at the University of Tel Aviv and Aix-en-Provence. So Lucio, the floor is yours, and thank you very much. Grazie.
Thank you, Pedro. Hello, everybody. It's a great honor for me to be here today with you in the Expat Week. Of course, it's a great initiative, I must say, which should be copied elsewhere. Anyway, if you can please start already with our PowerPoint. The Italian Cultural Institute, as you can see, the PowerPoint is in Italian. This is a challenge for all our friends who are just now watching and listening to learn Italian, so they will be able very soon to be able to read themselves. Actually, the Italian Cultural Institute is part of a worldwide network of 83 cultural institutes. And actually, we are part of the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. And obviously, our mission is to promote Italian culture and languages, of course. We actually do it on a full range of activity, ranging from music to art to fashion and any possible field of culture. Actually, the Italian Cultural Institute was created in 1950, so we celebrate this year 70 years in Barcelona, and we sit in Passaggio del Mendes Vigo, which is also known informally as Passaggio de los Italianos. Why? Because as Pedro was recalling before, in the same street, we have also la Casa degli Italiani and il Liceo Italiano. Our area is actually, we share with Madrid, that is in charge of all the western Spain. We are in charge of Catalonia, Aragon, Comunidad Valenciana, Murcia, Isla Baleares, and Andorra. Actually, in terms traditionally, of course, we, as Pedro was also recalling, we are, and this is quite interesting because we are the first foreign community in Barcelona. Normally, we are outnumbered by Chinese communities, or some in Germany by Turkish or Polish community. Here, we are the first, and it's quite important for us. And therefore, the Italian culture is always been a real place where you can meet not only Italian language in I would say in an academic way, but also you can really meet real Italian people who share our activities. We offer, just keeping the topic of our meeting, Italian language learning. We have all year long classes of Italian. We have, of course, basic. We follow as usual the levels set by the Council of Europe. That is from A1 to C2. But of course, we have specialized classes for any specific topic that you can imagine, switching from design, fashion, even to medicine. We, of course, also are in charge of preparation for CERI. CERI is the certificate, one of the two main certificates of Italian language for foreigners. Specifically, CERI is issued by University of Perugia. And of course, anybody who wishes can take the test for CERI in our institute in Barcelona, because we are the only authorized center for testing here in Eastern Spain. Of course, we also offer plenty of scholarships, and which can, of course, be customized according to our students. We have a huge library and biblioteca and mediateca with more than 21, well, actually the exact number is 21,860 Italian books. And we're very proud because in our library, we actually have a special collection of rare and ancient books, which are not easy to find even in of course, I would say almost all our activities are free of charge. So films, exhibition, presentation, anything, it's for free. And of course, we do not only work in our premises, but we are very much open to cooperation with the local cultural and international, of course, cultural institutions. We also grant special prizes and contribution for publishers who want to translate Italian works, films, video, whatever is a production of not only of printed publishing, but also digital publishing. We have also a little outside space. You can see the very familiar silhouette of picture of Garibaldi, which is also considered, as we call, l'héros du monde, which was also very popular in South America, where he fought actually also for independence of several states. And we also have in our building and in our garden plenty of nice artworks by Italian artists. So this is also a meeting point. Of course, as you can imagine, these days, this beautiful garden is exactly as you can look at it in the picture, empty. Well, again, our teachers are all qualified. It means that they have not only a university academic background in Italian, but also they specialize in Italian language teaching as a foreign language. Actually, we also have all our teachers are trilingual, actually, because they speak, of course, also Catalan and Spanish. And we also have, joining our classes, of course, you have, as I said before, not only contact with writers, authors, filmmakers, and so on, but also the presence of a strong Italian community in which you can really mix. Again, this is you have still this is very important actually, because our students, apart from even those who do not wish to take a test for a certificato di conoscenza linguistica, they will anyway receive a certificate which will be also extremely useful in a range of activity, because of course, as you know, at European level, the knowledge of foreign languages, European foreign languages, have to be proved in a way. And so we also have an intermediate certification for our students. Again, I was mentioning special classes, and among those special classes, we have a reading class, and we have, as I said, customized courses for special needs. I challenge you to come and visit us and to propose some special customized Italian for, I don't know, or astronauts actually, we could offer. Thank you. Pedro? Okay, so then I will add a few. I'll take extra time. I will benefit of extra time to remind you that in this phase, actually, we have created a wide range of classes in online format. This means that in addition to our regular class that we held in presence, you can join the same, exactly the same number, the same quality and the same range of language classes also online. And registration is open. You can do it, of course, online. But if you wish also to have a direct connection with our teachers and with our class coordinator, you can just call us and we shall give you any possible information.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Lucio. Now we're going to travel to China, and after we will take the question from everybody. But I prefer that our guest speaks first, and after we make questions. When I was at the university, it was some times ago, or over 20 years ago, very few people knew about China. Very few people studied Chinese or say Mandarin. And in fact, from a Spanish perspective, China was very far culturally, but also physically. Nowadays in Barcelona, we see the Chinese community strong presence, not only because of the restaurants, shops, but also we have high technology products like smartphones coming from China. But the two main soccer clubs of Barcelona, Football Club Barcelona has some Chinese sponsor, and the owner of the second club, Español de Barcelona, is from a Chinese president. And it's sure, and you can give you another idea of how China has become more and more present in our day-to-day life. The Mobile World Congress is changing every year its dates, not because of Carnival or Eastern, but because of Chinese New Year. So that's why we are also in public and also secondary school in Barcelona, and of course at the university. The offer of Chinese courses have been increasing. You've been collaborating with Casa Asia, who has been one of the founding members of Instituto Italiano, and that's why I want to invite Lydia Tuber, coordinator of the Cultural Activities Administration of the Confucius Institute Foundation of Barcelona, to explain what is a Confucius Institute, what you are doing, what you are offering, and so on. Lydia Tubert is the degree in East Asian Studies, live and study in China for almost 3 years, and she has been working at the Barcelona Confucius Institute Foundation since 2012. And since 2013, she's a coordinator of the cultural activities. Lydia, welcome again.
Thank you, Pedro. So thank you, Pedro, and thank you all the team of the Barcelona Expat Week for inviting me today. So the Barcelona Confucius Institute Foundation is an institution formed by these four institutions: Universitat de Barcelona, Universitat Autònoma de Barcelona, Casa Asia, and also Chinese University, the Beijing Foreign Studies University. We are also a non-profit institution created with the purpose of promoting the development of Chinese teaching and culture, mainly in Catalonia, actually nowadays also in Andorra. This is our team. As you see, we are majority of women. Our teachers are either native and non-native speakers, but all of them with a high level of Chinese language and also teaching training. This is our building. We are close to Plaza Catalunya in the city center in a very secluded and, as you see, very beautiful area. Unfortunately, now we are closed to the public as Instituto Italiano. We closed in March 2020 due to the COVID pandemic. Here is our webpage. Is in 3 languages, Spanish, Catalan, and Chinese. So you can practice Chinese through our webpage if you want. You can here find all the information about our courses and activities. So today's topic is language learning. So let's talk about a little bit, let's talk about courses, language courses. As I said, we closed our building to the public in March 2020. So we transferred all our face-to-face courses to online. So we don't have any traditional face-to-face courses now in our center. We use these 2 platforms, Zoom and Great Wall Chinese. This Great Wall Chinese I explain later. Now we have 51 language courses and over 400 students enrolled. We have courses either for adults, children, and the duration of our courses, they begin in September and finish at the beginning of June. And we have different durations according to different type of courses, 120, 90, or 60 hours a year. And our materials are all certified by the Center of Language Education and Cooperation of China, that is depending on the Ministry of Education. So as I said, we have Zoom for our courses now. We chose this platform because we think it's a platform that allows us to reproduce quite well the characteristics of the face-to-face traditional classes. So students have face-to-face online classes with their teacher, and they can also practice the speaking, listening, reading, writing, all these skills through Zoom tools. We also have specific courses, as in the Italian Institute, for example, preparation of exams, courses centered in speaking, cultural courses, and others. The other platform that we use to teach Chinese language is this one, Great Wall Chinese. Is a method developed by the Confucius Institutes all around the world, and this company, that is a company that designs multimedia apps for language learning. And the main characteristic of this method is that all the classes are recorded. So the students can go into the platform and review all the classes. Also, if they cannot attend to a class, they can attend to this class through the platform. And we have courses with these universities, Rovira i Virgili, Universitat de Barcelona, and Lleida. Now, let me show you a short video. Let me show you this video about the Great Wall Chinese method. Oh. Sorry. there was a little problem with the video. Well, as I said, this method allows you to go into the platform to review the classes. So it's very useful for the students. This course, we also implemented this third platform that is called EdVoice. Well, it's a learning management system. So the teachers can easily communicate with the students through this platform. For example, as a student, you will receive notifications in your phone when your teacher sends class material or new information, and students can download class resources, deliver homework, check the attendance, do online quizzes, etc. So our experience with online courses, well, mostly from this last year, is that we have excellent feedback from both the students and teachers regarding these platforms. With this management platform, we can have better communication with the students, and also regarding materials availability. And we have, as a result, high satisfaction rate among students and regarding online courses and teachers. Now, very quickly, let me present you like other information that might be of your interest. We are also the the official center for the official Chinese language level exams. There are these HSK and HSKK for adults, either writing and oral speaking exams. YCT for children, and also the business Chinese test. We also have a scholarship program and summer camps in China. Of course, this year, these activities were postponed. We have also these free of charge activities called Shuomos. It's a language exchange activity where you can practice conversation with Chinese university students. Now we have this activity in Zoom as well. And we also have, of course, cultural activities like Chinese New Year, art exhibits. We have a cinema club, and also more academic activities such as seminars and conferences. Other resources you may find in our webpage. We have a newsletter. And also we have an Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and a YouTube channel with hashtag ConfusiBCN. And last but not least, our contact information. Feel free to send me all your questions if you have any. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Lydia. As if you allow us, because it seemed that we had problems to listen to your video, if you and Lucio allow us, we will put the two presentation in the website of the Barcelona Expat Week. So people who didn't have time to take notes, they can have access. If it's okay also for you, Lucio, we will do it. Now we will go to our last country, is France. The France, of course, is quite well known here in Barcelona because we are living at less than 200 kilometers from the French territory. So the history with France is very long between our two countries. And I must say that, in fact, going to study to Montpellier is closer than go to Bilbao, Madrid, and Murcia. And also, that's why we have invited today Max Vasseur and as a director, the new director of the Institut Français de Barcelone, and also Mr. Sébastien Portelli, attaché for linguistic cooperation in Spain. So Max Vasseur was director of Collège de France. He has been working for the French cultural cooperation for 5 years. Before joining Barcelona, he was in San Salvador, as a director of the French Alliance, l'Alliance Française. And Max loves interculturality, and he said that his first mission is to encourage and foment cultural and linguistic encounters. So Max, welcome to Barcelona. The floor is yours.
Thank you, and nice to meet you all. I won't speak a lot because Sebastian, my colleague, is much more able to speak in English than me. I just want to thank you for inviting us and say hello to my colleague of China and Italia. I will let Sebastian explain how works the French Institute here in Barcelona, and more globally how works the French network in Spain, and to be more specific. Sebastian, I don't know if you want to talk now.
So Sebastian, just quickly, is, as I mentioned, living in Barcelona since 2 years, is a professor and is a agregado de cooperación francesa, which means that he's a person who knows the most about how to learn French and all the programs, and especially we want to listen to him about the Back program, which is, I think, a very interesting program for the expat family coming from France, Belgium, Switzerland, French-speaking Africa or Americas. Sebastian, welcome.
Thank you, Pedro. Good morning, bon dia, buenos dias a todos. I'm going to speak English, but you see I've put my French marinière today to take you to France. As Max said, I will first talk about the Institut Français de Barcelone to conform with the topic of the session, and I will give a few information about other programs such as the Bac and the French exams that can be taken in the public Catalan system as well, educational system. As you may know, the Institut Français is a network that is part of an even more global network called the French Cultural Network that includes les Instituts Français, les Alliances Françaises, and more generally speaking, the cultural services of the French embassies around the world. The Institut Français are public institutions directly linked to the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So we are non-profit organizations as well. If you have already visited our website, I'm copying, pasting the link on the chat right now. You may have noticed that there are 6 Instituts Français in Spain that share a common goal, which is the promotion of French language and culture through French courses and exams, cultural events and partnerships, and educational cooperation. So I'm going to talk about courses and exams today to match the topic. The Institut Français of Barcelona is right in the center of the city in Carrer Moya, near Metro Diagonal, and is actually open to the public, of course, in full compliance with health and sanitary regulations. I believe our viewers will be interested in the wide range of possibility that the Institute offers as far as in courses and exams are concerned. To put it in a nutshell, I would say that sky is almost the limit. You can learn French at the Institute from 4 to 99 years old. We have courses for all type of public, for all levels, for all the main purposes, whether it be learning French for pleasure, for your studies, or for your career. Taking into account a modern and complex lifestyles, we offer a wide variety of learning schemes, ranging from 1 hour weekly for young learners, for instance, to up to 24 hours weekly for the July intensive courses. Most of the learners here choose a more extensive 3 hours a week, for example, or intensive 5 to 6 hours per week type of courses. For our adult learners, we offer A1 to C1 General French 3-month courses, which you can start in September, in October, but also November, January, February, April, and July. So there's a lot of flexibility. And our adult learners may also choose between French from general French or French for specific purposes, whether they be linguistic, cultural, professional, exam prep, etc., etc. And this ranges from levels B2 to C2. We obviously, thanks to COVID, have developed a strong online offer, which is called Francés para Llevar. It's a new flexible offer with a 24-hour access to a specifically designed learning platform and one-to-ones with one of our teacher tutor. Maybe I could specify that all the French teachers here are native people. Concerning younger learners, we offer an early learning course for the 4 to 5 years old, and then courses according to age groups and levels. So you have groups for the 6 to 10s, 10 to 13s, 13 to 16s, and then 16 to 18s. During the summer, we extend our offer with workshop, specific courses, activities for both children and teenagers. And we also offer courses specifically designed for young Francophones here in Barcelona, age roughly 4 to 17. So you can see there's a wide range of possibilities here. All courses and exams, and it's similar to what a colleague Lucio has told you before, are based on the CEFR, which is the European Framework for Learning Languages. They are all communicative, action-oriented approach, with groups limited to 12 for children up to 10 years old and to 16 for other age groups. The Institut Français offers a global package with an ecosystem conducive to learning. We have free or reduced rates for access to cultural programming, free access to the library to borrow one of the more than 28,000 documents in all types of media, from CD-ROMs to DVDs and obviously books, and access to more than 200,000 documents online through the Institut Français platform called Culture Tech, which has free access for all people registered here for courses. This was a lot of information. I will now talk about the the exam activity here in the French Institute. The EF Barcelona, as well as both Alliance Française of Catalonia. You have one Alliance Française in Granollers and one Alliance Française in Girona, are the only official exam centers for DELF and DALF and TCF, which are the official French language exams, which are issued by the French Ministry of Education. These exams have an international aura with a recognition in more than 140 countries nowadays. And these exams are multi-purposed, as they can provide the necessary requirements for studying in Bachibak, for example. We'll talk about the Bachibak a little bit further. Whether it be studying in a Francophone university, improve your employability, or immigrate, for example, to Canada, or even acquire French citizenship. So all these exams, you can take them here at the Institut Français de Barcelona through several exam sessions each year, roughly 3 sessions a year, February, June, and October. But we also have sessions, specific sessions for teenagers and for kids as well, for young learners in May generally. These exams have a specific, special significance here in Catalonia, because one of the versions of the DELF, which is called the DELF Scolaire, the DELF Escolar, is literally introduced into the Catalan educational system. And each year we have about 3,000 kids de la ESO del Bachillerato, who take the tests DELF scolaire, levels A2 to B2 each year for purposes, well, one of the purposes is obviously the to enter a Bachibac section in one of the high schools here in Catalonia, but also a lot of teenagers will use the DELF, which has a year-long validity to enter Francophone university. All this has to be completed with a very dense cultural agenda, a bit less nowadays because of COVID-19, but the EFB welcomes all type of events for all type of audiences. Non-Francophones families are welcome, small budgets also, because many events are free or very affordable. For example, it's €4 for an entry to the cinema here at the Institute. In 2019, the FB organized more than 200 different cultural events, cinema, live performances, music, debates, etc., for more than 20,000 spectators. There are numerous collaborations with local partners, CCCB, Grec Festival, Mira Festival, etc., in a great mix of cultures, with artists coming from a lot of different horizons, French, Spanish, Catalan, and from Africa, for example. Pedro, do I still have time to talk a little bit about the Bachibac, or? Yes?
Because it was a question that we received in advance, so we can integrate. And after I have 3 questions for Lydia and Lucio that we receive also.
Okay, so very quickly, but I will leave you the way to contact me through the website if you have any further questions about the Bachibac. As Pedro said, the Bachibac is a program that is 10 years old now, that is 10 years old. It's an official program from the both French and Spanish Ministry of Education. And the Bachibac is a double diploma. It's the contraction of Bachibac, of Bachillerato and Baccalauréat, which is the final exam, French final exam, and which allows students here in Catalonia to study both materials during the second years of Bachillerato. So all the Spanish or official Catalan program here, plus materials such as history and literature in French, thus allowing them at the end of the second year of Bachillerato to sit both exams. And in case of success, and the rate of success is very high, its approach is 97% in Catalonia, so there's a lot of solid preparation here. It will allow the students to get and to obtain both diploma at the end of the second year of Bachillerato, which is an open access to the pursuit of higher education studies in any French university right after the second year of Bachillerato. There are 79 Bachibac sections here in Catalonia. If you want to have a list, I will copy paste right now a link to the website of the educational authorities here in Catalonia. You will have the list of all the centers, all the schools where you can find a Bachibac here. Can you see the link? All of you? There you go. You should see it now. This is it. I'm sorry for.
Oh, merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. We will also put all this information in the website platform about the 2 links. So thank you, all of you. We have received, in fact, a couple of questions. One has been already mainly replied by Lydia and Sebastian about the how COVID has changed the way of giving the course. But it was not clear, or maybe about Lucio, what the Italian Instituto is doing. Do you have a hybrid course, physical or only virtual at the Instituto Confucio? And also, I have another question for Lucio that I received of somebody who wants to work for an Italian multinational. And he said if the Italian Instituto is offering also less academic course, more ongoing for professionals, like in order to for adult who doesn't have to study 7 years of Italian, but has to go to work to Italy. And he asked me if you give this. Of course, this question can be also answered by Lydia and Max if for the French or Confucio. And finally, there was a question for Lydia from the chat telling what is the profile of the people who are studying Mandarin in your school, and what kind of purpose of why these people want to study Mandarin. So the profile and why they choose if you have this kind of information, like interviews that you make people, why, so maybe you can share with us. So we start with Lucio, Lydia, and after Max and Sebastian also about the fact if somebody wants to work for a French, Italian, or Chinese multinational, if you're also offering this kind of less academic course, but more maybe oral or thing like this. So Lucio first, Lydia, and Max and Sebastian.
Thank you. Well, as I said, we presently are holding almost 100% of our classes as online classes, which means that we can reach any potential student, and we do it essentially online. So you can,
We lost you. You have to unmute.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can listen to you.
Okay, good. As I said, we are having our classes almost 100% online. So you can, anybody who wishes can reach us. I just tried to post our online address where you can ask for detailed information. Getting to your second question, yes, of course, we do. Most of our classes are aimed to non-academic people. As you know, Italian, according to UNESCO figures, Italian is the fourth most studied language as a foreign language in the world. After English, Spanish, and French. So we have more Italian students than German students or Russian students. This is not why, because Italy, apart from cultural reasons, of course, like studying for, singers or historians of art, Italy is a working language for plenty of activities, like, for example, design. 62% of the design products created in the world and sold in the world are of Italian origin, designed and produced in Italy. We have, of course, a fashion industry, which is very strong. We have also that. So we have absolutely plenty of classes for practical purposes, which is if you are a chef and you want to learn Italian to specialize for 1 year in Italy, yes, we can. Again, we also have special classes. We can even organize classes of Italian for companies, which means that our teachers will go to teach classes exactly where the people need, not only in our institute or online, but even physically to the place where you mentioned a multinational company whose staff needs Italian. Yes, we can organize these classes, and we normally do that.
Fantastic, thank you. Lydia, about the profile and why people are studying and which purpose they're studying Mandarin.
Well, the purpose of our students are very different. We have all types of students, as Sebastian was talking before about the French Institute. I think our youngest student has a 6-year-old, because we start with 6-year-olders. Our oldest student, I don't know, but about 75-year-olds. The purposes are very different. People study Chinese for academic reasons. professional reasons or also for pleasure. And we also have like very different types of language courses. Specific courses, as I said, for preparation of exams, speaking courses, also business Chinese, same thing. If a company wants to make business with China, we can prepare a specific course to learn Chinese basics, but not also Chinese basics, also Chinese culture that is very important for the interaction with Chinese people. We have, for example, now in November, we are preparing a course also for the PAS, the Personal of Administration and Services in the University of Barcelona, because they are the people who normally interact with the Chinese international exchange students. So we have a course with Chinese basics and also how to communicate with Chinese young students. So yeah, we have all types of courses and all types of students as well.
Thank you. I don't know, Lucio, Sebastian, Max, or Lydia, this question about for people working and they have to go as an expat or to work with multinationals, if you offer less academic course. I don't know if it's you doing sur mesure, as we say in French, which I mean tailor-made, or you don't do it, or you may do it. I don't know. Question is Sebastian first, and after Lucio.
Well, just to mention, as my colleagues did, as our colleagues did, we do have tailor-made courses on demand. For example, we have a course specifically based on technical communication for professionals. But this is one of the many examples we can offer. We have courses tailor-made for a certain type of professions. I'm talking about doctors, for example, which we get a lot here in the French Institute, in Institut Français, pardon. And this ranges for all type of students. For example, I am actually right now with the team here designing a course also for students from formation professionnelle, from school in hotellerie and cuisine, Catalan students which are going to study for like a 3 months period in France, and we're designing specific courses for them as well. So this we can do.
So, okay, Lucio?
Yes, as I said, we can do it, we do it. We can even arrange individual classes, which means not only customize according to the need of specific need, as I said, design, fashion, whatever industry, but also we can arrange special individual classes. Yes, we do. As of course, I just posted also our contact. Of course, I understand that you will also publish my PowerPoint, which of course I'm very glad you do. And absolutely, you can get in touch either via our website or even call us these days and get information for special, individual, or customized classes. Yes.
Fantastic, thank you. I received 3 questions where I'm going to answer on because they were not related to Chinese and French or Italian. There are people asking about how to learn Catalan and Spanish. In fact, we did a specific workshop yesterday, and we will repeat on Friday about Catalan through the Centre de Normalizació Lingüística de Catalunya. It's called How to Learn Catalan during the pandemia. So it's on Friday afternoon, Friday lunchtime, Friday at 12, but please check the program because I'm losing my memory now. But Friday we have a specific course about how to learn Catalan. And how to learn Catalan, Spanish, and English. There is an official institute here in Barcelona called Escola Oficial de Idiomas, And my colleague Marion has already put the information. They were invited, but they couldn't join us today. So, there was the fourth institute who was supposed to be today with us. So, Escola Oficial de Idiomas, you can learn Spanish, Catalan, and other languages like English and others. So, Mariona put the information in the website, and of course. Some people in the chat ask about how to learn English and Spanish. There is a lot of private schools. Barcelona has a lot of private school of Spanish academies, and also there is a lot of British that you can find easily. But we can maybe put a list that from the past years who participate to the Museo Maritim. But there is plenty of private academia for these two. So I'm just checking if there is another question from the audience. Otherwise, I will ask each speaker to have 1 minute to finish and mention if something that we have forget or they want to add, because I don't see any more questions. Let me check again. Session in Catalan we answer, in Spanish, English. Yes. Yeah, some people say if we can recommend, it's difficult. It's like the schools, you know. Yes. Maybe for Institut Français, they asked me if you offer Occitan, cours d'Occitan.
I'm sorry, no, we don't offer Occitan courses. No te oímos, Pedro.
So, said this, I will ask Lydia for 1 minute final words. After Sebastian, Max, and finally Lucio. Everybody to conclude the session of today. There is something that you want to add or that you forget to mention before.
Well, just want to say, you might think Chinese is a very difficult language for us Europeans, but I would say is a very attractive and very, I would say, fun language to learn. And of course, I'm not going to lie to you. Is it difficult for us Europeans? Yes. Is it possible to learn Chinese as an adult? Of course. And I think it's a very interesting language because it's very, for us, it's very, very related to its culture. We teach, in our classes, we do not only teach language, we also teach culture that helps you understand the thinking of Chinese people and also the language. Characters, of course, the writing is quite hard, but for example, the grammar in Chinese is very easy. They don't have past tense, they don't have tenses. All the past, future, and present are the same tense, for example, or there's no gender or number. So at the beginning, with very few people, you can actually have a very basic conversation. So yes, I invite you all to study this beautiful language, and I hope to see you soon in the Confucius Institute.
Thank you, Lydia. Max and Sebastian.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank you for the invitation and the Barcelona Consortium. The Institut Français is an open house, so you're very welcome to come and visit us here in the building or online. You have the website address. I would also like to mention that we are going to organize some open doors on the 12th of December, obviously in accordance with the sanitary situation at that time. And just sharing a statistic very quickly that was sent from the educational authorities, 55.3% of Catalan businesses use French. So there you go. You can learn French in Catalonia, and it's going to be useful.
Thank you. Merci. Fantastic. Lucio.
Well, thank you very much for this opportunity. Again, Italian is not only easy to learn, especially for native Catalan and Spanish speakers, but it's also very fun. You know, we are very close. The connection between Italy and Spain, Catalonia are very close, not only in terms of history, but also in terms of what we do in the present. There's a lot of business going on, as you know. So I think that learning Italian is an easy chance to not only expand your culture, but also to expand your work opportunities. Thank you very much.
We don't hear you, Pedro.
So thank you, everybody. Just two little things. On Friday, I was mentioning there is a special workshop about how to learn Catalan. It's at 12 o'clock at the Barcelona Expat Week. And also on Friday, I'm sorry to do some advertisement, but I think it's a way to answer your questions. If you want to know more about La Casa degli Italiani, we have at 5 o'clock Patricia Radovic, which is Secretaria Generale della Casa Italiani, which is also the ambassador of the Barcelona Expat Week. She will be speaking at 5 o'clock on Friday in the Barcelona Expat Week. So you can know more about Italian culture on Friday, more about the Catalan. And finally, a last question that I saw that people want to learn how to learn for free. There is this program of Voluntariat for Voluntarios por la Llengua. So if you speak Catalan, you can meet an English person and he will teach you English and you will teach her Catalan. And I think that Instituto Confucio is doing the same thing with Chinese and European languages. And I'm sure that there is a lot of initiative of this that you can learn languages knowing people. So I think it's I will take what Lydia said at the end, that learning languages is learning cultures and is learning people. I think that if we all learn more languages, we will understand better the way of thinking of the other people, and it can help a lot about cooperation and non-conflict. Thank you very much. Moltes gracias. Muchas gracias. Danke schön. See you soon. And please don't hesitate to watch all the other sessions. We will record this session, so you can after share these sessions through your own websites, the Instituto Italiano, the Institut Français, Confuci. As soon as the session is recorded, we will inform you. And also for the people who missed the session today, they can follow up. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Have a nice day.
Thank you. See you.